there was a guy who used to be around, and he would have sealed bottles of Quaaludes, real authentic Quaaludes. They're not even made anymore.
Right. They're dangerous.
Yeah, they're in the league of, I guess you would compare them to like ecstasy, which I don't have a lot of, even I don't have a lot of experience with. These party drugs, but these were the real McCoy. And I had a bunch of them, right? And it wasn't even like, you could take them, depending on who you were, you could either take them and operate on them despite the effects.
Wow.
Or they could totally, you completely be out of it. Like a guy like Richie Scarlett would be like, well, after the show.
Yeah.
Well, it was after the show.
Oh.
And the drummer, the aforementioned, what do we call him, Dave?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
He told me, he asked me, do I have a couple? I go, yeah. He said, I got this girl, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no.
So I gave him a couple. Wasn't a you got to buy them kind of thing. I'll hear. Well, he wasn't used to these things. And we go to Reading, and we get there, and all we got to do is drag in the stage equipment because they're using their PA. And I remember the lighting, they had like very modest. They had like four on each side. They had the towers on the sides of the stage with like 4 blues, 4 reds, 4 greens, 4 ambers, 4 something else, and then white. And then behind the stage, the backlighting was modest though.
Sure.
And then the only front lighting was a follow spotlight. So the lighting guy from Stars says to me, look, I remember he taped the lighting board off. So all I could use would be the side lights, not even the white ones.
Okay. Just
like the blue, red, yellow, green, and no backlighting. And you can use a follow spot. I'm like, all right, fine, I get it. And got to use the headphone.
Very cool.
Where you're talking to the follow spot guy.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting. And I had told a few of my friends to come out. I had this girl who I had some fun times with, Bob and Robin. And
oh, geez. Don't want to ask where that came from, but we'll go through that.
And there was this other guy who was a friend of mine, Jan, and he was a good-looking dude, and I'd known him for a while, and they knew that I was a libertine, so. And I'd asked some other people to come out, but they came out to the show.
Wow.
They must have got there early, because how I would like find them.
Sure.
Not that there were so many people there.
Right,
but anyway, the point of the story is our poor little drummer, Dave, slept, was so knocked out from the Quaaludes that he was unable to attend. And it was it's like the show was 8:00, and they're calling.
Oh,
and
no.
I felt somewhat responsible, but at the same time, and the manager of Stars at one point says like, well, is this guy coming or not?
Yeah.
And I remember Bonnie's crying, and this guy, Derek, the manager of Bonnie Parker, he's upset. And it's like at 7:45 was like the deadline. If you don't see this drummer.
Yeah.
And I remember whoever the MC was says, we're sorry, but our opening act is to support act Bonnie Parker is unable to play tonight. The fans could care less. They were there for Stars.
Yeah.
And, we'll be back in, 10 minutes with Stars. and Bonnie's crying, and it was awful. But, and I lost my first chance to do, as minimal as it was, some actual concert lighting. But there was a fun thing that happened at the end.
Okay.
I had a hotel room that Bonnie supplied for some reason. And I went back there with Jan and Robin.
Oh, wow.
Right.
We talked about your generosity before. So you're just sharing the hotel room. You go to sleep. You wake up refreshed. You apologize to Bonnie. And that, there's more.
I had more of these Quaaludes.
Oh, no. Carrie. Carrie.
And that was the first time, and one of the only times, but that was the first time I was able to be involved in a literal three-way. It just broke out without any kind of negotiations, foreplay, this, that, the other thing.
Wow.
It just happened. And
the 70s were wild.
If things could just happen like that.